Hello, hello. In case you haven't noticed, the BGM for this is just it's the window I have open for investigations right now. It's not my... Oh, I have something I need to do before we start really quickly, and that involves moving my mic where it's supposed to go, which I forgot to do. Funny how that works. Okay. Give me 1 second. I'll try to talk as I do that. But I forgot to fix the BGM. So yeah. I got here, I was about to start the stream, and I went, oh, yeah, that's right. I was supposed to fix that last time, and I didn't. So it's not fixed, but we have something else we can use for it. So I use that. Also, I quite like the song. That's fine. But oh, we had one thing to do though before we started. That's where it was. Okay, I have another fortune cookie I have from when I got Panda Express. Like not a week ago. I think it was Wednesday. But I have another one. I'm gonna open it really quickly and we're gonna see what's inside. It's gonna tell us how this stream will go, maybe. I hope. I don't know. Okay. This one's like sticking out a little weird. So there's that. Okay. A challenging and fascinating project is in your future. This one doesn't have any lucky numbers or anything. I don't really believe in these fortune cookies, but it'd be nice. If that's not just school. If that's just school, that's not... I don't consider that a project. I consider that my upper education. So I hope it's something else, but okay. Oh! I hope the music didn't... I think the music might have went out for you guys too when I clicked my earbud on a second there. Anyway, we're gonna go back to the game where we stopped last. We stopped during... We haven't gotten like a to be continue thing with Turnabout Airlines yet. But we are on the second case, Turnabout Airlines, which seems to be set prior to the first one. And we were about... Well, one of the things to go over. We were about to take an elevator. So there were turbulence. And the turbulence made us faint because fun thing about Ace Attorney, if you don't know Ace Attorney and you care about these spoilers, I don't know how much you're gonna watch this stream, but Edgeworth has a seismophobia. There is one scene where we see him have a panic attack because of it, and then from what I have consumed, we have gotten to the second scene where he just faints from the seismophobia. So we fainted because of the turbulence, because that's close enough to an earthquake. And we wake up, and we're upset. We're like, oh man, gotta take the elevator, even though there's stairs right there. And we're like, oh, fine, we're a grown man. We're like... When is the series set? We're gonna go with 26. We're gonna go with each game takes place about a year. That sounds right. So we're like 26 or something in this. We're a 26-year-old man. We can take an elevator. And we're about to go and take the elevator and suck it up. And there's a dead body in the elevator. And we get accused of murder. And we don't have to take the elevator, though. Anyway, we're gonna get to the game. Fun fact about myself, I also have, well, not significantly enough of a fear where I won't take an elevator. Because when you have, like, a bunch of booth stuff and everything at cons, you kind of just gotta suck it up and take the elevator. But, yeah, I also have a fear of elevator, and then I kind of got stuck in the elevator. It was for so briefly that I don't really count it at Amkey. and then it wasn't... The keys weren't working for the inside, and then someone opened it from the outside to get in, and I got freed. Anyway, we're gonna continue. We're still in the beginning portion. Man, I sure love visual novel character I relate to. I sure hope that they don't have any relation or anything with chess at all. I can't believe my visual novel would have anything to do with chess. I can't believe it. Okay, I think we were supposed to go to the shop. Oh, an important thing that happened. Can we do this again? That's the attendance room. Oh, it was a simple mistake. You made a mistake, didn't you? Why didn't you just come on and say it? Did he not just say that? That's exactly what I just said. I made a small mistake. Don't nod off while I'm talking. Anyway, we went to this room, earlier, in the game, and Edgeworth went, I don't care about how women smell. And yeah. Don't care if you find I don't care if you find him gay or ace, you know, he's fun fact about this game. You know, this game is titled Ace Attorney. Yeah, Edgeworth sounds straight. Okay, that's I think yeah, we had something to do. Yes, we were able to go to the shop now. Yes, I remembered that correctly. I thought for a second that the window was also broken and covered by this, and I was like, that's not how explosive decompression, I forgot how to pronounce that word for a second, explosive decompression works. We would all be gone. Also because of air, it's not how oxygen works on airplanes. Try not to talk about aviation accidents on this game, and it's going so well for me. Anyway, it's still early in the day. The in-flight shop. So, this is the in-flight shop. That's not the usual voice I do for him. It's quite a mess in here. You think? Guess I'll have to clean things up then. Tee-hee. Hold on, you can't clean up a potential crime scene. Oh, thank goodness. I hate cleaning so much. I mustn't rush things here. I must remain cool, calm, and collected. Because this piggy bank was left at the crime scene, yes. What we believe to be the murder weapon, it might not be, who knows. There's a very good chance that the killer had paid this place a visit. Okay, time to look around. Can we go to the window? Okay. I'm just gonna go left to right. I can't do anything over here. I can do something here, though. I forgot there's a button I can click to do that instead of moving my mouse, but I forgot what it was. Inside this display case is a row of lifesavers and life vests for sale. What? Huh? I mean, successful water ditchings aren't that common, but huh? For sale? We're screwed. We sell a lot of those when there's some kind of accident or something. You're supposed to get everyone off the plane in 90 seconds. What do you mean you're selling them during the you're not getting everyone off the plane in 90 seconds then. Not that you really get people off the plane in 90 seconds in real situations because people are panicking and everything. That's not the point. What? Am I supposed to be screaming this internally, or is it just how much I know about aviation accidents that are making me scream this much? But some people buy them even when there's nothing going on, because you're supposed to get off the plane in 90 seconds. How about it, Mr. Edgeworth? Care to buy one? No, I'd rather just die in the event of a water ditching, thank you. I sense this shop is one shopper away from being sued. I don't know what the NTSB and FAA are called in the countries this is. I guess we're flying... In this version, we'd be flying to the US. We're in the global. I don't know what the NTSB and FAA is called in Japan, to be honest. I definitely knew at some point. I just don't remember now. Oh, that mic. My mic picked up my water quite a bit. Oh no. I'm going to remember what the NTSB and FAA are called in Japan immediately after the stream is finished. I'm calling it now. Pokeball, you are such a loaf right now. Sorry, we had to have a quick blink off. Okay. Magazines on. I don't want to talk to anyone just yet. I don't want to talk to people. There are all kinds of luxury name brand merchandise for sale in this display case. And they're lined up as in just such a manner to scream by me to any passers-by. Okay. Don't think this couch is for sale. Stuffed toys, just like the one Miss Mile is holding, are on display here. They're relatively cheap, which explains why they're displayed so haphazardly. Oh, they're on the floor. Well, I think that's probably because of the earthquake. How about it, Mr. Edgeworth? You know you want one too. They're great for when you're stressed. Why do I envision stuffed animal abuse when she says that? Okay, well this... I feel like the broken display cabinet's gonna be something important. Maybe. The glass from this display case's door is shattered all over the floor. And looks like there's nothing on display inside either. Wait, actually, I think there is something. What's this? A mini captain's hat? Well, plush shoes have them. I mean, there's a bunch of other stuff in there, but I guess that's not important. I guess we're just gonna ignore those? Okay. We're also gonna ignore the glass on the floor that I'm currently stepping on. No, I'm cutting my feet. Oh no, they're cutting through my shoes. Or they're cutting my shoes. Either way, not very good. Okay, what's in this? Is it... What's this again? Oh, is it just space? Okay. There's a wide collection of souvenirs for sale in these display cases. You know what I'd suggest? Sorry, but I have no intention of buying souvenirs on this trip. Okay then, how about you go buy something for me then, as a present? I can't think of a single reason why I'd want to buy you anything. But I've had my eye on that pendant for such a long time. Try paying some attention to me when I ask you something, and then we'll talk. Okay. I assume the 50% off is just on the suitcases, not the everything. But what are these? Oh, those are a company's completely original line of suitcases. They're practically flying out the door. That's how popular they are. Should buy one and see how you'll like it. You won't regret it. Perhaps that's how things work on this flight, but in the real world you try, then buy. Is it really with a suitcase or something like that? I don't think you really can. Can you do that with a suitcase? I've never done that with a suitcase. Where are you doing that? No way! But either way, it doesn't really matter. True. Either way, why would anyone buy a suitcase after they've boarded the plane? Exactly, yeah. Oh, one of those has, this one has, like, little stoppers on it. This one doesn't. Anyway, see that? Just look at all the Captain Ugo heads painted on there. Cute company mascot, isn't he? I can't really discern them too well. They're painted on with a lot of care. Doesn't he look like he's about to jump out at you? So they're painted directly on, that's not printed on? I'm certainly making something jump inside my stomach. Huh? Oh, I guess there's no fooling your refined taste. Oh. You looked like you really wanted to get one. And I thought I was going to finally make my first sale, but you saw right through it. Glad that's done, though. Never make me try to give you a sales pitch ever again, okay? I never showed any interest in it to begin with. It's really pretty horrible, isn't it? You want to know something? The suitcase was designed by Miss Rhoda. Miss Tenehiro designed this? Yeah, it was a company-wide contest. Well, it does have very sharp design sense. Sharp? Like stinky sharp cheddar, maybe? I really have no idea why the bigwigs decided to go with it. It's so blah. Miss Tenehiro designed this, did she? It's definitely not what I would have expected. More turbulence? Probably. You okay? I'm fine. Please watch yourself, Miss Miller. Millie? However, I'm going to inconsistently pronounce that. Letting a suitcase freely roll around has got to be a safety violation. Plane's shaking caused it to roll. Yeah, because the one has stoppers and one doesn't. Here, I'll put it back. Maybe the stoppers on that one were used somewhere in the murder? Because it makes no sense that that one doesn't have stoppers, especially when stuff would move even more on takeoff and landing. So someone must have stolen the stoppers. No, I have to talk to her, don't I? I don't know much about the shop, but you can still ask me whatever. Okay, well, what do you notice? So, what do you think has happened regarding this case? Oh, I don't know. I guess I think you're the killer, though, Mr. Edgeworth. I can assure you that I'm here in the shop to prove just the opposite. Yeah, but it was me who got you the permission to look around. You know? So don't forget that, okay? I don't know if I believe how sleepy she is. I feel like that's not a real personality. It might not be of any relation to us, but I don't... Don't know if I believe that. How am I supposed to thank you properly if you insist on falling asleep? Well, you know what really show your thanks? You see that item for sale over there? Sorry, but you're going to have to make do with my words of appreciation. Yes, this is probably what I should ask her about. Miss Rhoda said this piggy bank was in the shop, right? Don't you find it a tiny bit suspicious? I don't think I can say either way yet. There is not enough evidence to convince me that she was lying about anything back there. Are you sure about that? Okay, what about the footprints? So what is that? Are you going to give it to me? Or am I supposed to accept any presents? Unless they're really worth something. Okay. Maybe... Is that... Okay, that's nothing. I'm just gonna throw... Like I said earlier, I was the one answering people's calls while we were refueling in Zenfa. And Mr. Hicks was in his seat at the time. What time was that again? He called me at around 5 a.m. You're in your seat then too, you know. I do recall people calling for service around that time. Even if this turns out to be a waste of time, I must stand firm. I just know that there is a vital clue or two awaiting me here in this shop. Do I really have to go through, like, all of my evidence and kind of just throw it at her? Is there anything I can... I didn't get anything, no. Here. That. Okay. No. I don't think this photo is gonna do anything. Okay. I don't think the photo is going to do anything, so I'm just not going to give them the photo of the body. There has to be something I'm missing over here. Oh, the vase? Beautiful flowers and a beautiful arrangement. I feel cleansed just by looking at them. Well, you're kind of stepping on a few of them, you know, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, excuse me. Okay. I can't do anything with those things on the floor, can I? I thought something just popped up. Okay, no it didn't. No it didn't. Okay, what am I missing? Why do I need to do logic thingy-mabobber? Oh, the murder weapon. Oh, he's missing. Does the hat belong to him, maybe? Oh, yeah. We didn't die. The hat probably used to be on the piggy bank's head. Let's give it a go and see. I believe this piggy bank was forcibly removed from this display case. Does this mean the killer broke the glass to get at it? Okay. Really? Don't tell me you don't know what things go where in the shop. Well, I don't. Miss Rhoda's in charge of this place. So come on, how should I know anything? I sense that further inspection of this display case is needed. Okay, so I can investigate the display case more? Can I? Or can I not? Yeah, I can! I won't rest until I have inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. The glass on this door is broken. Perhaps it was the killer who broke in order to take the piggy bank. But it's a bit odd that the inside of the case is so devoid of glass shards. Oh, all the glass shards are on the floor. I have no idea what that means. It has to be important, but I have no idea what it could mean. Plus, the glass broke rather cleanly. What is it? I touched the glass and it cut my finger. It hurts, Mr. Edgeworth. It hurts. Please tell me you can deal with such a minor cut on your own. Oh, and the handles. For security, there's a lock on this display case. Miss Millet, if I may ask you about this lock. The one who's in charge of the shop is Miss Rhoda, so she's got the keys to all of the display cases. So she could have opened the case to get, unless her key was stolen. It's gonna be some bullshit that her key was stolen. I'm calling it now. But she could open the case to get what she needs to get out of it. But it was broken instead. So it's either she's not the killer or she's using this to cover up the murder. Let's see. Oh, I bet you want to buy something. For the love of God, shut the fuck up. Do you want me to go get a key from her? No, shut up. No, that's alright. Oh, this side. Goyo Airlines related book line on the shelf. History of Goyo Airlines and the future of Goyo Airlines. 7 Wonders of Goyo. Fight on, Goyo Airlines. Working name, Yogo Airlines. You go yo. You. Tales make it very clear they won't be making the top sellers list anytime soon. Okay. Nothing up here. There is stuff on this side, though. Is this the same man as the one portrayed by the statues around the elevator? Yeah, that's a paperweight of the founder of Goyo Airlines, Mr. Hugo Hughes. On the bottom shelf, we have the cute one. The middle shelf is the realistic one. On the top shelf, it's the floral version. I think that's just flower. Floral? Are you sure about that? Let me guess. You just said the first thing that came to your mind, right? Looks like hit on the bullseye. Okay, I can't get anything over here. There's nothing on this middle portion here. This is checked off. This is checked off, and I can't do anything over here. It has to be this one, right? Do you need something? This piece of evidence is... No, never mind. Temporary lapse. Too hard. Simple. What was here when the glass broke? Where was I when I tried to deduce it? Oh, can I do a playback on my monitor? Where was my mouse? Where was my mouse? I'm checking my playback. Yeah, I did the wrong spot. Okay. That's not the spot I meant to do. I keep forgetting that this game, it matters. I want to do the spot that has the yellow thingy around it, and not the one with the blue. Oh yay, cool, I was right. I just need to actually remember that in this game. Hopefully I'll figure that out by, like, I don't know, case 4? Maybe? There's definitely something very unusual about this. About what? If the killer had broken the glass to get the Captain Ugo Bank, there should be shards of glass inside the case itself. So they opened the case and then broke the glass? Oh, I see. Yeah, I guess it'd be like that. However, there's not a single piece of glass inside the display case. Nope, no there isn't. Which means the glass was broken from the inside out. And now she's suspicious again. The piggy bank must have fallen over from the turbulence and right through the glass. Is it really that heavy? And that unsecured? Yeah, that's for sure. There's so much glass all over the floor. I feel like someone opened the cabinet and broke it from the inside to make it seem like that. I'm willing to bet that this hat was knocked off its head at the time, too. That's nice. Which leads me to believe that the killer took the Captain Ugo Bank from here after the turbulence. In the in-flight shop after the turbulence. We were out for 10 minutes? Was it? How soon after the turbulence started did we pass out? Because the turbulence could have lasted for 7 of those minutes. Were they killed in the middle of turbulence, or were we just like, you know, stuck like that? Because I don't believe in Bridge to the Turnabout he was out necessarily that long. We don't have timestamps for it, but I want to say, like, after the earthquake, didn't we kind of say, like, fuck you, Maya, and go to Edgeworth first? I want to say we ignored Maya and went to Edgeworth first. So, in Turnabout Goodbyes, we leave while he's still having the panic attack. You can't help him at all. So it could be that he has a panic attack from it and then passes out from, like, hyperventilating or something. I don't think this is necessarily important. Because based off his watch, he would still be out for 10 minutes this time. But I don't know. Don't know how much I think it was, like, that entire time. Anyway, she's sleeping now. Take your power naps on your own time, Miss Melee, and listen when I'm talking. What? But the murder occurred before the turbulence. Which rules this piggy bank out as the murder weapon. Oh. I kind of forgot about my theory that it wasn't the murder weapon for a second there, I'm not gonna lie. So you mean the bank's not the real murder weapon? It's a fake? Yeah, so at this point, that's a very real possibility. But what if when the killer went to take Captain Ugo, they broke the glass by accident? The display case is locked, so it's highly unlikely. Yeah, but there's one person who could've. Oh, and who would that be? I don't think I like how much she's pointing fingers at Tenehiro. Miss Rhoda, of course. Yeah, I don't like how much she's pointing fingers at her. She keeps going, well, I couldn't do this because I don't have, but she does. I don't know if I like that. I mean, she's the one in charge of this place, so she has the keys to everything. You guys both don't have a set of keys? Mr. Rhoda Tenehiro, huh? Okay. Can I deduce anything new? Cause it roll. I don't know if this is it. Oh, that was it. I really was just thinking I should have saved before trying that. Yes, there's definitely something wrong here. What's with the sudden yelling? Tell me, Miss Melee, don't you think there's something strange about these suitcases? Oh, well, sure. They totally use strange, like the color and such. That's not what I'm talking about. Don't pay attention. Ah, you're scaring me, Mr. Edgeworth. Sorry. These suitcases are lined up a bit too prim and proper. Yeah, they look a bit uptight, don't they? But I guess they take after their creator. Again, that's not what I meant, Miss Melee. Don't you find it unusual that these cases are the only things undisturbed by the turbulence? I guess we kinda just fixed them, though, so... Never mind, I'd sooner find an answer by inspecting these suitcases myself. Upon closer inspection, they really are quite hideous. I wonder how Miss Rhoda would have reacted if she'd heard what you just said. I can speak today, don't worry about it. What's wrong? She makes a good point. It would be wise of me to watch what I say out loud. What's this? I've spatted something that's not quite right. What's so unusual about these suitcases? Is it the one doesn't have the stoppers? So, can I save really quickly? Can I? I can't save. I can't save. Okay. Is it can I? Can I do something about the the missing stoppers? I don't think I have evidence for missing stoppers though. There's something very peculiar about these wheels. Huh? As in, there's no stoppers in place on these. Without stoppers, one would think the turbulence would have sent it flying. It just moved because of that. And so it's very unlikely the suitcase was placed here after. It's very likely that the suitcase was placed here after we had the turbulence. Speak. Or someone fixed it after the turbulence. Let's take a closer look at it, shall we? What's this? The wheel is completely covered in something. I didn't even notice that. I was just flipping it around. This color and the scent, it appears the substance in question is grape juice. I'll believe that's the actual grape juice wine and not the blood. Okay. Why would there be juice on the wheels of a suitcase? Don't think there's wine stains anywhere else. Note this tag. A $1,200 price tag. Not exactly priced by someone with a conscience, I'd say. They're 50% off, though. What about this? It would appear to be unlocked. So let's take a look at what's inside. There's gonna be something inside, isn't there? It's gonna be like a piece of the dead body inside. Just a blood stain. No. So we have the juice on the wheels, and then we have blood on the inside. Okay. A piece of cloth. And it's soaked with blood. And there's also blood on the side. Ah, it's blood! It appears that the suitcase is very strongly tied to a murder after all. Yippee! I got my health back. Let's go. So explain this to me. What does this suitcase have to do with a murder? I believe it's pretty safe to say the killer used this suitcase in some manner. Such as to move something, perhaps? Aren't you just talking about the cloth, then? That alone is too small. A larger item would be needed to move what I'm thinking of. Are you arguing they fit the entire body in there? The thing I believe this killer used a suitcase to transport is the body? I'm gonna try the body first. Something that would fit inside a suitcase that is also covered in blood. Sounds like a dead body, doesn't it? Oh, it was. Okay, I thought it was like, oh, the music didn't stop, so. Okay. Pick up the bloody cloth. But, in light of this, I'd say that Mr. Hicks was moved in the elevator from somewhere else. Which means the murder was committed in an entirely different location. So you're saying that after moving the body into the elevator, the killer brought the suitcase here and just left it? Exactly. What is it? Nothing. Just that I was thinking about what Miss Rhoda said about coming here for something. She's really trying to implicate her. Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth? I just realized how short her skirt is. I wanted to give you a little bit more time, but I'm afraid I wasn't able to convince the captain. I'm very sorry, Mr. Edgeworth, but the captain feels like he has allowed you ample time. He said that he'd appreciate it if you could wrap it up here and return to your seat. I understand his sentiments. However, if I'm not allowed to complete my investigation, the crime scene may become contaminated by the time we land. If I must stop, then I insist I be allowed to oversee the preservation of the two sites. Under your supervision, of course. If that's your only condition, I believe we can accommodate your wishes. I'm here to assist you in any way I can, Mr. Edgeworth. Sounds like fun. We can camp out and watch over everything together. There's a dead body. That isn't exactly fun. I found proof that the real crime scene was not in the lounge. I have enough evidence to prove myself to be innocent of any wrongdoing. And yet, regarding what Mrs. Melee reminded me about Miss Teneiro, I can't allow my investigation to end here. The truth must come to light. To be continued. Yay, we hit the to be continued. Let's go. Save your progress. Yes. That's such a different noise. Save, yippee. I'm gonna save here too. No, I don't. I do want to override the save data. Thank you. Do I have any other save files I made? Nope. Okay, cool. Okay. 1 p.m. So we did land. Okay. And we were let off the plane? I don't feel like letting people off the plane is necessarily a good idea. I mean, maybe get them off the plane, but, like, we have to stay in the airport, right? I know that once we landed, I'm supposed to let the local police take over. But that involves Gumshoe, so no. And thanks to Miss Teneiro and Miss Melee, I was able to preserve the crime scene. But I just can't shake it. I wasn't able to talk with Mrs. Teneiro in private. And so I'm left wondering, what was she up to? Why did she do what she did? There must be a way for me to continue my investigation. I've been expecting you, Miles Edgeworth. Oh! Damn. Her sister showed up. Time to get called a foolishly foolish fool who only hangs out with fools and... She's gonna say it herself. I don't have to impersonate her. Franziska, I thought you were still in Germany. I go where I'm needed. And whenever there are criminals to be caught. Her name is Franziska von Karma. The daughter of my mentor, Manfred von Karma. She, like myself, is a prosecutor. So in his internal thoughts, does he not view her as a sister, really? I guess I can't think he ever calls her his sister. I think she just calls him her little brother. If I'm remembering correctly. Are you heading up this case? It would be a bit of a relief if you are. Don't you try to flatter me, Miles Edgeworth. I'm placing you under arrest. Oh, damn, we got beat up. Damn, time to get physically abused by my little sister. What? It's quite frustrating, actually. I'd hoped to exact my revenge on you in a different venue. But I'll have to take what I can get. I never thought I'd see the day. Is this about, Bridge to the Turnabout? Or is she referencing something else here? When a disciple of the House of Von Karma would become a criminal, have you no shame? Great, we're getting accused of the murder again. God damn it. Wait, it had all been a misunderstanding. I didn't kill the victim. A misunderstanding? I heard all about the murder over the police radio from the captain himself. He waited for the victim on the first floor and then beat him to death. Franziska, do you honestly believe I killed a man? Does she? It's Franziska, so it really could go, like, either way. Where it's like, you killed a man. But that one time we thought you killed a man, you didn't kill a man. So, no one knows. Okay, I guess she doesn't believe we killed a man. I suppose I should reserve judgment until I have investigated this myself. I can put your arrest on hold until then. That's as it should be. Huh. I don't need a lecture on how to perform my duties from you of all people. So I still can't find my physical DS to check about Rise to Ashes. So I am watching someone else play Rise from the Ashes instead of playing it myself because I'm busy. But Edgeworth really, I know this is like significantly in time, but man, this reminds me how everyone's just dogging on Edgeworth that entire trial so far. Like, they're just not letting him do anything without insulting him. So I don't want to hear that from you. Oh, really? Coming from you? Shut the fuck up. Like, that's just how it is. To be perfect in every way, the fulfillment of that creed alone is all I strive for. Well, I have my own creed, which I must fulfill. So why don't we solve this together? I have to get going. The crime scene awaits. Don't you dare leave town. Trust me, I had no intention to. I literally just got back here. Detective Gumshoe? Yes, sir. Oh no, my voice. Too slow. Ah! Listen up. I'm leaving you in charge of watching this man. Don't mess up, understand? Mr. Edgeworth! I'm supposed to guard him? Is that the voice I was doing for him? That's not exactly the same voice, but it's close enough. A simple yes or no, detective. Yes, sir. Understood, sir. Yes, leave it to me. Miles Edgeworth? If you interfere with my investigation, I'll arrest you on the spot. Are we clear? So, we have to investigate without getting in Franziska's way. Or we get a bad end. Okay. Understood, kind of, mostly, sort of. Now then, if you'll excuse me. Good to see you again, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Boy, am I glad to see you're okay. Thank you, detective. I believe in you, sir. You can lean on me. I'll get you through this. I have to admit, I'm a bit curious as to what Franziska is up to. Maybe I should ask the good detective. Very well. In that case, I have a few questions for you. Okay. So, how was the initial investigation going? We just shipped the bodies off to the coroner's office, sir. We're taking statements now, sir. That sounds like Franziska. She's always good at quick responses to a case. I'd say she was, a little too quick, sir. Oh, how so? I rushed on over as soon as I got word of the affair, sir. But somehow, when I got here, Miss Von Karma was already here barking out orders at everyone. It was kind of creepy. As though she knew there had been a murder or something. Because she was just, I don't know. And I come in advance to wait your flight's arrival. Was Interpol maybe... Did the police hear about, like, did Interpol hear about the murder first? And then the police hear about it from Interpol? Because Franziska is in Interpol, and it happened not here, but they didn't land. I don't know. That is sort of odd. She did show up rather quickly and out of the blue. Plus, I still don't know why she's here in America. There must be some backstory to all of this. Miss Von Karma just kind of popped up at the prosecutor's office about a week ago, sir. Something about chasing down leads related to a certain incident. Oh, so she's related to this case. Okay. No, I probably should have seen that coming from the first one, but... No details, so Interpol's getting involved, okay. It's kind of top secret, so she can't talk about it, even with me, sir. Knowing her, the only type of talking she likes to do is with her whip. Plus, I doubt the top secret part was what stopped her from talking to you, Detective. Though, I wonder if her case has anything to do with mine. The thievery one? Anyway, that's all about the info. That's about all the info I have, sir. We should find out more as we investigate. Yes, it is time to resume my investigation. Time with talking to people involved in this case afresh. Okay, this was the guy with the life jacket. This man was in first class with me. He was quite shaken up by the whole affair. I'd be pretty scared too if I got caught up in a murder investigation, sir. I did it. I made the whole flight. I'm not scared of turbulence anymore. Simple. Researching aviation would probably help a little bit with that. This life vest is proof I made it out alive. It's now my prized possession. How could you just take that from the plane? They sold them, remember? That's totally not an issue or anything. It's okay, Mr. Edgeworth. It's got nothing to do with the murder, at least. About this guy. Looking from behind, I think I've seen this man somewhere before. There's gonna be someone I should recognize, and I'm not going to. Nom nom nom. In Soviet Russia, world's flags, lunchboxes eat... Joe. Face. Mr. Edgeworth, we gotta get him some water. Found it, lol. Oh, I feel a wave of creative powers coming on over 900 lols. What am I reading? I don't remember this person. For my next Leet movie, it's gonna be the Steel Samurai, Warrior of Neold Tokyo. Okay, what about it? Versus the World Samurai, Champion of Earth. It's gonna be Rock Sores, so many block sores. I feel 60 reading this. Not even. I feel 80. My 65-year-old mother might be able to understand this more than I do. However, I guess she talks with, like, younger people more than I do. 'Cause my mom's job has teenagers working there. My job doesn't have any teenagers, right now. So, it's not... I don't talk to teenagers. So I guess, man, yeah. Oh, good thing it was a false alarm, right, Mr. Edgeworth? So the Steel Samurai is finally getting a movie. Completely ignoring me, as usual. The Steel Samurai is more important than you, Gumshoe. Shut up. Okay, what about this kid? This child seems to be happily enjoying the sight of so many planes. Yeah, me too. I'm all excited to see this many planes too. Just look at the size of these things. Do you like planes too, mister? Yes, I do. That is an Airbus A380 right there. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's not as gorgeous as the Boeing 747, but you know, those aren't used for commercial aviation anymore. General commercial aviation anymore. Private planes use it. I don't know. I said commercial aviation. That implies not private planes. Not just like cargo and stuff. I'm being redundant. Don't mind me. The balance between the main wings and the tail wings is really something, huh? It's called stabilizers. Huh, it seems this child derives his pleasure from a different aspect. Let people enjoy planes, Edgeworth. Oh, but I got a thing for the shape of the wings, too. Here, mister. You can stand next to me. Spot that plane's wing. Thank you, Protective, for leaving me out of this conversation. No, I want to discuss the plane. I want to discuss the plane! Lunchland? Not bad. I guess it's gotten big enough to warrant its own branch shops. Ooh, I've always wanted to give their steak lunch a try. What should I go with? I recommend our airport special. World Flags lunchboxes, only available for a limited time. We have a variety of lunchboxes made to look like different countries' flags. You really want one that badly, Detective? Why don't you go ahead and buy one? Is that okay, sir? Thanks. All right, then I'm really gonna get one. Here I go. He's not gonna have money. He's gonna be broke, and it's all our fault. It's all our fault. Excuse me, miss. I'll take a Star-Spangled Banner lunchbox, please. I hope he's aware that that's the most expensive one on the menu. So I guess he wasn't. Okay. Okay. Can I talk to you? I can't talk to you. I can talk to you. Can investigate over here. I can't believe no one's manning the counter when a murder has just occurred. Relax, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm here. I'll make sure nothing else happens. You are precisely why I can't relax. Okay, what about over here? Okay, what evidence can I... Oh, I can't view my logic right now. Okay, never mind. Then I go this way, as the game is telling me to do. Why does that captain look kind of familiar? Just with dyed hair. It's the glasses that are getting me. Anyway. So you must be the captain. Why, yes I am. And who might you be? I am the prodigy prosecutor, Francisca Bon Karma, and I have a few questions for you. Ah, don't you dare, Captain. Getting friendly with another woman? I'm not gonna even care about the fact that she's a Von Karma right now. Unless, I mean, aren't the prosecutors, like, famous, pretty much? In the Ace Attorney world? Or something like that? I'll never forgive you if you do. What are you talking about? I only have eyes for my dear Cammy. I wouldn't bet money on our dear captain to be much of a reputable person. Sure you don't want to ask the captain some questions, sir? He was in the cockpit the entire time. I hardly doubt he would know anything of use. Are we just still saying fuck the first officer? What year was this set? Oh, this... No matter what year this was set, this was written before. So, in theory, in this universe, the captain could have left the cockpit, and the first officer could have been in there alone, or vice versa. The two-man cockpit rule wasn't implemented by the time this was written. Just the secure cockpit rules. Anyway, I'd like to leave that type of witness to Francisca and her whip. Is the first officer gonna be somewhere? Ah! What I say? Man, I fuck around and find out. I've done enough time in my life. We're still... There's the first officer! Oh wait, no, I think that's the police officer. Never mind. Now see here. Attack! Sorry. I'm sorry! How long do you intend to hold me? It's impossible for me to be the criminal, I told you. Mr. LeBlanc. Oh, it's you. Just tell this man to stop stopping me from going. Time is money. I don't have even 1 second of wasteful time to spend. I just want to know if this is a police officer or the first officer. Sir, you can't go in there. I'm Miles Edgeworth. I'm one of the prosecutors on this case. So please let me through. I'm very sorry, sir. No one is allowed to enter without Miss Von Karma's express permission. Fuck her. But I'm on the case. Yes, I understand that, but... I also have explicit instructions to not let you through from Miss Von Karma. Why would you do this to me, Franziska? So officer, so he really could be either. I assume it's gonna say it's a police officer though, and we're still ignoring that. Looks like we can't go beyond here, sir. Plus, the body has been sent out to the medical examiner's office for an autopsy. Hey, this statue! What about it, detective? Did you notice something? I saw this guy in a dream last night. The resemblance is uncanny, sir. You saw him in your dreams? Well, yeah, I saw him, and then I arrested him. I wanted to show you just how vital I am to our partnership. Being useful in your sleep is of no help to me in the real world, detective. Oh man, there's a really pretty lady in that plane over there. Ack, she's looking over here. Quick, sir, wave at her with me, please. I refuse to be your wingman on this. Instead, he's just glaring at her. There are a few copies of Sky Magazine in the magazine rack. This one's special. Oh, it looks like an English trivia quiz. Oh, I've got one. What starts with I and means boldly rude and disrespectful. Imbecile? The answer is most definitely insolent. Yeah, imbecile doesn't make sense. It just starts with I and is an insult. Time's up! Sorry, sir, but the correct answer is insolvent. Detective Gumshoe, don't tell me your English ability is at the same level as him. It's rude, Edgeworth, but you're Edgeworth, so you get away with it. They've got a piano on this plane. Hey, do you think I can try it out, sir? No, I think you would know better than to randomly touch things at a crime scene, detective. No, he doesn't. Besides, I didn't know you knew how to play. Of course I do. I'm practically proficient. Interesting. The things you learn about people on a daily basis. I can get do and day to come out just right, sir. 2 notes does not mean a proficient pianist make detective. Okay. It's about the spill. Ah, Mr. Edgeworth, you gotta see his chair. It says in honor of Rocker Pals Day. And what exactly is the big deal with these Rocker Pals? They're a seriously sweet Swiss superstar rock band group, sir. Aw, makes me want to listen to one of their songs right now. Sorry, but I got lost in that forest of S's just now. Do you want me to explain it to you again? You know, detective, I think I'll have to take a rain check on that, regrettably. Okay, I did this. I can go back upstairs. I can talk to him. Did you finish taking a statement yet? Yep, all done, sir. I do not concern if you are not done examining the cargo hold. I want my cargo back. What about the cargo? If you make a single scratch on my art, you will pay. Art? What sort of art? Mr. LeBlanc is an art dealer. She's got a bunch of artwork down in the cargo hold, sir. There's practically a mountain of them, large and small. From folk costumes to stone statues, I sell all sorts of arts. Folk costumes? Speaking of which, Mr. LeBlanc's hat kind of looks like that other piece of cloth. Can we present it to him? Yes, we can. Mr. LeBlanc, can you please take a look at this for me? Oh, it's a Burgundian cloth. As suspected, your hat is made of the same material, I suppose? Yes, of course. This fabric is so famous, orders come from over the seas for more. Okay. Then this is the cargo you were talking about earlier. No. My cargo this time is much money gigantic. You, detective, when can I have my cargo moved? You can get your cargo back when we're done investigating, pal. Stubbornness of you, police. It's no good. It's no good that the attendant refuses to exit the attendant's room, too. That attendant? I wonder if you're talking about Mrs. Teneiro. have anything else I really need to present to him, though? Oh, wait, never mind. No, I don't. At least not right now. Nope, that's not what I meant to click. Not what I meant to click. Not what I meant to click. What did you mean by that attendant, Mr. LeBlanc? She was taken into the attendance room for her interview. And they still have not come out. They made no sign of coming out either. I was finished with my own interview much earlier, quicker than her. Why is Miss Teniro the only one that's taking up so much time? Oh, there's Francisca. Miles Edgeworth, you were given free rein to examine the plane, weren't you? Yes, I was able to obtain the cooperation of the flight attendants. Speaking of attendants, I'd like to speak with Miss Teniro. I wonder if you might grant me permission to enter the flight attendant's room? Before I do, you still have to clear up a few issues surrounding your own circumstances. I understand. You may have tricked those attendants with your sophisticated talking. But you can't pull the wool over my eyes, Miles Edgeworth. I can speak today very well. Extremely well. Okay, Francisca's logic. Francisca is using logic. Let's go. To call us a foolishly foolish fool who does foolish things. We should teach her some new insults. Let's not complicate things and go with the most obvious conclusion. The scene of the crime was here, in the very lounge the body was discovered. From the time the victim was seen calling for an attendant until his body was found, the only person in this lounge the entire time was you, Miles Edgeworth. This, unmistakably, makes you the likeliest suspect. The likeliest suspect, Francisca? Do you have a problem with that? No, but it's not you to use such vague wording. Usually a bit more absolute. I'm simply trying to watch out for you. Or is my kindness too hard for you to comprehend? Thank you, but your leniency is unnecessary, for I will prove my innocence soon enough. If I want to continue my investigation, I'll have to break her line of logic fast. The rebuttal. Not complicate things and go with the most obvious conclusion. The scene of the crime was here in the very lounge the body was discovered. Hold it. So tell me, Francisca, do you know all there is need to know about the crime scene? I know all that I need to know in order to arrest you. And nothing more? Are you saying there is more I need to know? Oh, I was gonna say there's best she's about to hit us, but she just hit Gumshoe. Ah, why did you hit me, sir? Sorry, Scruffy, my hands must have slipped. It would appear that Francisca doesn't have all the facts of this case yet. I'm just gonna save really quickly, thank you. And we're just gonna quickly save again. Okay. So you see there's a suitcase. Yippee! It appeared that you did not have all the information you needed after all. And what does that mean? I found a nice piece of evidence just before I was forced to stop investigating. A piece that proves the body was moved from a different location. You have to be so offended over everything. Killer used a suitcase to move the victim's body. Meaning that the real scene of the crime is not in this lounge at all. Now, who's the one rashly jumping to conclusions? Excuse me. All you did was find this piece of cloth inside the suitcase. That doesn't prove that the body was moved. It could be the killer simply chose that suitcase as a good place to hide the cloth. I expected you would come to that conclusion. It would seem I can't escape that easily. You should know better than that. Von Karma is perfect in every way. Ah, but did you know the killer definitely wheeled that suitcase around at some point? As if there is any proof of that? As the proof the suitcase was moved around. Oh, it's not what I meant to click. Good, I didn't present that. Not this. No, I don't think there's anything here. This is just this. I don't need to look at that. That's too early. I don't think it's this. Oh, there's these lines here. I didn't notice those lines until now. Is there anything else it could be, really? The phone, I don't know. Is there just the testimonies? I'm gonna go with this, and God, I hope that's that. The spilled grape juice in front of the elevator. Yes, and I'd like to draw your attention to this area here. Whereas you haven't proved the killer dragged the suitcase through here. There's these little lines right here. These little lines. This mark here, wouldn't you say that looks suspiciously like tracks from two wheels? I suppose. Further, there's also grape juice residue on the wheels of the suitcase. This means that the suitcase containing the victim's body definitely passed through here. So they were killed in the shop? I suppose this means that the killer did move the victim's body from somewhere else. I'm glad you've come to your senses. Objection! Not so fast. This still doesn't put you in the clear, not by a long shot. You prepared yourself and acquired the piggy bank before the plane hit that turbulence. And then you waited for the victim in the lounge where you beat him to death. Then while you were in the elevator with the victim's body stuffed in the suitcase, the plane hit that patch of turbulence and out flew the body from within the suitcase. Francisca, you should know him better than this. With no way out, you hastily put the suitcase back where you had taken it from. Do I have... and pretended to discover the body. Do I have my seismophobia and my fear of elevators that I can't remember the name of in my evidence? Can I just go, oh, I don't, Francisca, you foolish fools. Who's the fool now, bitch? Did you not remember you've never seen me take an elevator in the entire time you've known me? You foolish fool of fools? Not a bad bit of logic for something you may have thought of on the fly. Just what are you insinuating? Then I will show you exactly how flawed your logic is. No matter how strong of a face you put on, not even you can hide your fears from me. Like my fear of elevators. I'll expose the flaws in her logic in a well-fell swoop. No, I don't think I have to push that. I just think I have to go, Francisca, did you forget? With that turbulence. I don't even think and then you waited for the victim in the lounge when you beat him to death. I don't need that one. Then when you were in the elevator. No, the fuck we were not. I was not in the elevator. So I put the victim's body in the suitcase, and then where was I headed, Francisca? That's pretty obvious. You're bringing it to first class, where you could safely keep an eye on it. We're talking about this thing, you know? I'd hardly call it discreet or ordinary. Annoying brat. Well then, you were intending to leave it inside the elevator. But unfortunately for you, a wrench was thrown into your plans because... Plane hit that patch of turbulence. Are we not... We're arguing against Francisca. Are we seriously not just going, bitch, do you think I take elevators? You've experienced turbulence on a flight before? Of course, many times. You get used to it after a while. The patch we hit was especially rough, and I passed out briefly, but only for a second. Good thing it was only for a sec, sir. Been bad if you had really blanked out. Yes, indeed. Unfortunately, blanking out exactly what got me into this mess in the first place. That's enough of your idle chatter. I'm not through with you yet, Miles Edgeworth. If I were really a criminal, do you really think I'd be so easily caught? Objection! You are certainly in the middle of being caught right now. Now I got whipped. I have to find a contradiction fast, or I won't have much of my own hide left to save. I have to say, you are looking rather caught right now. I'll tell you exactly what you did right after that. You loitered around the lounge and pretend to be the discoverer of the body. Hold it. I didn't pretend to be anything. I really was the first to discover the victim's body. I suppose that's true. So then, you are yielding to my statements? Don't be foolish. I still insist that you are the killer, but you foolishly foolish fool. In that sense, you really were the first to discover the body to be dead. No matter what I say, she seems dead set on making me out to be the killer. Logic is reasonably sound, and the large majority of it reflects the truth. But there is one point about it that is not quite right. The fact that I took the elevator! Am I able to present this yet? Oh, okay. So it's not about the fact that we use the elevator? I really feel like Franziska should know this about us. Franziska recalls that we don't like earthquakes, but she doesn't recall elevators? Because she doesn't fight us on the earthquakes. Not the earthquakes, the turbulence. You know, she's kind of just, okay. And she does also mention Edgeworth in that scene in Bridge to the Turnabout with the earthquake. So, whatever. The fact that you took this piece of evidence into account in your testimony is to be commended. Your legal prowess is certainly something to be feared. Evidence and logic. Essential tools that those who would stand in a courtroom must learn to master. What if there was a fake piece of evidence thrown into that mix? A fake? Was Captain Ugo Piggybank? It's just such a fake. It was not the real murder weapon. But the timing of when the bank was taken from the shop is important. It was taken after the turbulence had occurred. But then what about the blood on the bank? What do you make of that? I assume it was added after the murder when the killer fabricated this weapon. Looking at it this way, the killer basically did 3 things after the turbulence. Put the body after exiting the elevator. We're still just passed out on the floor. The killer brought the suitcase to the shop and left it there. Then the killer proceeded to pick the piggy bank up off the floor and took it to fabricate a fake murder weapon by hitting the victim on the head. And we're still... God, the murderer is quite lucky that we didn't wake up sooner, I guess. Or they would have just killed us too, not gonna lie. Finally, the victim's wallet was planted on my personage. In my pocket, to be precise. Everything was done so that I would be framed for the murder of Mr. Ackby Hicks. You there? Yes, ma'am. Other than this piggy bank, was anything else resembling a murder weapon found? We didn't find anything in this lounge or in the shop that could be used as one, ma'am. Most of the items that could have been used were broken during the turbulence. And the remaining items all tested negative for any trace of blood. I see. Well, Miles Edgeworth, it appears your stall tactics are at an end. Aw, but we learned from the best! Our mentor in bullshitting taught us the best. Do you like that box, little man? You do? You are so talkative right now. You are! Gibby. Gibby. Are you gonna say something? I've picked you up, so you're now gonna be quiet, aren't you? Yes. Your little fluffy tail. Oh, yes. Okay, I'm just gonna keep the cat in my lap until the cat wants to go down. I see. Well, Miles Edgeworth, it appears your stall attacks are at the end. But it's possible it's just hidden somewhere, sir. You want out of my lap already? Okay, little man. Oh, don't take that cord with you. Okay, thank you. He says after he was screaming to be let into my lap. The criminal had wanted to hide the weapon in a safer place. I think the weapon would have been hidden in the same place as the bloody cloth. Exactly what I was thinking. Because the cloth was hidden inside the suitcase, it signals to me that the killer had not prepared a more secured place to hide the evidence. Which means the real murder weapon is either still on the murderer's personage, or is at the real crime scene. Objection! There's one more possibility. And that would be that the piggy bank is in fact the real weapon. But then we just... Why did her hold it? She has a hold it voice thing, right? Why did it not play there? Let me finish. The killer took the bank out of the display case before the turbulence by opening the lock on the display case door. It was at that time that the glass pane in the door was broken. So that's a perfectly reasonable line of reasoning, wouldn't you? That's what I thought at first, too. Let's see, so that means the killer had the key to the display case. Francisca? The person you're talking about? Not so fast, I'm not finished. The person I'm talking about also committed another sin. She tricked the captain. And granted you permission to conduct your investigation. Yes, it is the sin of lying. Out of all the stuff the prosecutors do in this series, is this really the hill you want to die on, Francisca? Really? When you're talking to Mr. The autopsy report is outdated. Bullshit evidence safe, man. Are you sure? Speaking of which, I also recall you wish to speak with her. Yes. Very well. Permission granted. But only if I can sit in on your interrogation. Do you understand each other? I have no intention of interrogating her. But you're welcome to accompany me if you'd so wish. Miss Teneido is in the flight attendant's room. Let's move. Okay, yippee, we can go in here now. I'm guessing this is Miss Teneido's one, and then this is Cammy? Is that her name? So you're the one that poked around inside the plane without the captain's permission. Deviating from the flight attendant's manual is very unbecoming, you know. What were you hoping to accomplish by doing that? Miss Teneido. Ah, Mr. Edgeworth, you're here too? Can you please help us and shed some light onto why you did what you did? All right. I have to click something, I think. Do I? How long are we gonna sit like this? Oh, I have to move. That's just a BGM. I thought we were gonna play something right now. Okay. It's pretty easy to tell who sleeps in which bunk just by looking. I'm almost certain the well-kept one on top belongs to Miss Teneido. Ew, this bottom one is a giant mess! You sloven, squalid scoundrel of a man! You dare to scrutinize a woman's bed and invade her privacy? We're sitting right here right now, so... Yeah. You had something's life. Best to keep to yourself, detective. Can I go up the loft? This door leads to the cargo hold, but I can't let you in. I'd let you through without Miss Von Karma's express permission. Not a better way to handle the situation if it was any old case, but it isn't. So between you and Miss Von Karma, who's better at their job? Oh, there's no comparison to be made, Detective. None. Because we're going to start arguing over it, and I really don't wish to do that right now. What's that middle thing right here? Okay. There's sure to be some clue of some sort in this trash can. Detective Gumshoe, if you please. Yes, sir! You just leave the rummaging to me. Yeah, we're not... Scuffy, how dare you go through a woman's trash without her permission? Have you had no sense of honor? I'm sorry. I'm just doing what Mr. Edgeworth told me to do. No. Forgive me, Detective. So that's why we didn't do it ourselves. What exactly is this panel for? Ah, that's the emergency control panel for the elevator. We used to stop the elevator on the first floor and to keep its doors open. Oh, I just exited the room. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, I really didn't mean to do that. Back, there we go. Oh, I can't risk it over here. Okay. So these are the 10 lockers, huh? Let's hurry up and examine them, sir. Why must men always be so rude? Besides, who exactly gave you permission to search through the attendants' lockers? Wait, Detective. The uncouth of us look in a woman's locker without her permission. Yeah, I guess so. Plus, I feel like this murderous draft and I can sense a whip not far behind. I wonder what are inside these boxes. Oh, those are some souvenirs I bought in Borginia. There's so many! There's even a second box. Well, yes, I find that folk art from around the world does great things for my creativity. Those suitcases could have done with a whole lot less of your creativity. Look at him, thinking in his brain and not saying stuff out loud. Are all of these the same? Oh, this one... Okay, this one's different. What is all this junk inside these boxes? There's no rhyme or reason to any of it. That's our lost and found, Mr. Edgeworth. Gold crowns and swords and necklaces. It's like a treasure trove in here, sir. Swords in carry-on luggage. Lovely. Lovely. God, it's case. I'm trying to just not lose it over being like, that's not how planes work. Commercial planes work. God, I can only keep it in so much. The fact that these were left on the plane implies they were carried onto it to begin with, in not the cargo hold. Something tells me it's time for Goyo to send its metal detectors out for repairs. I mean, none of those are really an issue as long as they're searched. Minus the swords, unless there was something else in there I missed. Like the crown and stuff, it's fine. It's one of those suitcases designed by Mrs. Tenihiro. Until it's hardly ever been used by lack of even a single scratch on it. Why did you lie about receiving the captain's permission like that? Because I didn't think I would be able to get his permission. What do you mean? The captain, he only has ears for Cammy. I spoke with the captain a little earlier myself. He definitely seems to be rather taken with Miss Melee. Yes, and on top of that, I had mistakenly accused Mr. Edgeworth of being the killer. I wanted to make amends. In that case, please allow me to thank you for what you did. Thanks to you, I was able to clear myself of all charges. Really? Were you able to prove your innocence? Oh, thank goodness! Miss Tenihiro, is it? There's one more thing I'd like to ask you. You were in the in-flight shop just before the turbulence, weren't you? Please answer honestly. Yes, I was. And why were you there? Well, Why is sudden hesitation? Francisco seems to have struck a nerve. All I did was go check up on the shop like I always do. You're saying it was for work then? Yes. I'm in charge of the shop, so I have to keep an eye on it. I don't have any reason to go there otherwise. After your visit to your shop, you paid a visit to this room, correct? Yes, I came back to freshen up and adjust my makeup. I'm sorry, but there isn't much else to tell. Stenito claims to have no other reason than duty to go to the shop. Was that all there is to it? Maybe I should ask her about that thing. Her suitcases? If you could please take a look at this for me, Miss Teneido. Oh, that suitcase! Yes, about this suitcase. You were the one who designed it, correct? I think I'd figure something else out about it. The suitcase is the reason you went to the shop, isn't it? There's nothing you won't find out eventually, is there? Won't you please tell me more about the suitcase? Yes, I was interested in seeing how the suitcases I had designed were selling. Okay, that's as I suspected. I know as a service professional, I'm not supposed to care. But I really wanted to know. I was glad to see it was the last one there. Last one there. So someone stole one? And then brought it. The murderer stole one and then brought it back? The last one there. There were two. Wait, no, it's not what I meant to click. Wrong button. So you're saying, Miss Teneido, that the suitcase in question was the last one? Yes, they're just so popular, they're practically flying off the shelves. That's not exactly the impression I got. The one in the shop is most definitely the last one. Well, we're currently looking at that suitcase. Really? Then I guess we sold all of them. Thank you very much for taking the last one. I didn't say anything about buying it. Then say you'll buy it. I'm sorry, I can't. But why? I think it'd go great with your complexion, Mr. Edgeworth. It really suits you. I guarantee it personally as a service professional. Well, that is, how should I put this? It's hideous. He could have just said, hey, there's blood in this suitcase. What? Once again, the case of playing through Ace Attorney and the protagonist being an asshole. That stupid, ugly fucking box, Maya. Yeah, who'd make such a hideous fucking box? You made this box? Oh, God. Maybe that was a bit too direct. Moving on, my issue with the suitcase isn't the design, it's the number of them remaining. Remaining? There were 2 suitcases in the in-flight shop when I investigated it. 2? But that's impossible! I'm sure there was only 1. Looks like your story has generated quite the contradiction. When I left the shop, I'm positive there was only 1 suitcase left. Something is amiss here. What could be the meaning of this inconsistency? Someone stole the suitcase. By the way, Miss Teneido, what is one of those suitcases doing here? That's... I thought you said there's only 1 left. That one, it's mine. I've used it for a very long time now. The tag is still on it. She's used it for a long time? I think not. Miss Teneido, I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't lie to me. Excuse me? I don't believe even for 1 second that you've used this for a very long time. What proves it hasn't been? I don't know, the fact that this freaking price tag is on it. Tell me, Miss Tenniiro, is it also your habit to keep the price tag pristine on your suitcase? Ah! Well, what is the meaning of this? Why would you lie about a suitcase? Despite having faith in her design sense, the sales numbers made her cry bitter tears. The truth was becoming increasingly clear to me. Miss Tenniiro, I think I understand. I know what you were trying to hide. Now then, the suitcase was originally in the in-flight shop, and she bore it. She bought it. Seeing as how the price tag is still on the suitcase, one can only assume it was out on the floor for sale in the shop. And the person who bought the suitcase was you. You bought your own suitcase, and I'm so sorry you had to pay all that money for it. It was you, wasn't it, Miss Tenniiro? I hate to say this, but the suitcase that you designed, it hasn't sold very well, has it? So yes, you saw how poorly the design that you poured your heart into was selling, and were deeply hurt. And that's why you wanted to make it look like it was selling by buying it yourself. Isn't that right? Then the reason you went to the shop and came back here was... I'm sorry. All I really have is my job. I was overjoyed when my design was chosen. I thought that maybe I'd finally accomplished something. But the suitcase didn't sell. It's because of the design, isn't it? All because it's, as you put it, hideous? Also the giant price tag and the fact it's on a plane. I can't say they chose a great place in which to sell them either. We weren't selling a single one, and they were just sitting there collecting dust. I felt bad seeing them there day in and day out. So I had to buy one for every flight I worked. Do you even get paid that much? You buy one every single time you work a flight. I see. So in order to keep your resolution... You went and bought one today as well. Yes, and here's my receipt for that purchase. And this receipt is clearly time-stamped. 5:40 a.m. I have to open the other thing of water. I really should just give Gumshoe a different voice if it's gonna do this to my voice, but, you know. The truth is, there's still a bunch of them left unsold. They're planning to scrap the remaining ones at the end of this flight. Miss Tenniiro, where are those other suitcases? They should all be down in the cargo hold. Then the suitcase the killer used could very well have come from the cargo hold. Mr. Edgeworth? You don't think the killer used one of my suitcases to... Yeah, sorry, we know that. Yes, I do. The killer used one of your beloved suitcases to move the victim's body. How could they? The suitcases were meant to be faithful partners to our passengers on their trips. That's all I ever wished for them to be. Miss Tenniiro, is there any other way to get to the cargo hold other than the elevator? The only other way is just through that door there. And what about security? The door has no special lock installed because... Just enter this room. You need a special keycard that only crew members have access to. Which means that the culprit is someone who can enter this room, or the door was left unlocked. Eliminating the passengers and leaving only crew members as potential suspects. I can't believe it! Why is her hold it voice thing not playing? She has one, right? She has one from 2 and 3. But definitely from 2. Yes, Francisca. Going on these wild goose chases? You're a disgrace to the Von Karma name. And what do you mean by that? The suitcase came from the cargo hold. That fact alone tells the whole story. Yes, which is why I said the culprit must be a crew member who used their key card. Miles Edgeworth, you're proposing that the killer rode in the elevator from the cargo hold, correct? Yes, that's the only realistic possibility. That other attendant, Miss Millet, I asked her earlier, and she had this to say. Francisca got information on Miss Millet. In order to make the elevator go down to the cargo hold, a different key card is required. A different one? Yes, and the only person who holds that particular card is you, Miss Rhoda Teniro, and only you. What? Is it true, Miss Teniro? Yes, I keep that key card in my locker at all times. Could you please show us that card right now? Yes, hold on. I don't believe it. What's wrong? Is her locker unlocked? The key card, it's gone. Haha, very clever. I love how shocked we were, and then Francisca has like no response at all. Francisca's just like, okay. Yep. Whatever. Nothing to see here. Ha ha ha, very clever. Pretending that your card was stolen when in fact, you're just trying to hide it from us. You've really thought this through. But wait, it's not like that. You could tell us about what it's like down at the station. Officer, arrest this woman. Yes, ma'am. Mr. Edgeworth? Oh, did I just get a bad end? What's wrong? There's disbelief written all over your face. Did I just get a bad end? Francisca, I know you are the lead investigator on this case, however. Hold it! Don't even think about wasting any more of my time. You know the rules as well as I do. Evidence speaks louder than words. Even if this isn't a courtroom, that basic tenet still applies. I intend to investigate the cargo hold now. What will you do, Miles Edgeworth? I intend to do likewise. Oh, cool, I didn't die. I thought I was dying there. I'm gonna play a little longer, but probably not the full next thing until the next to be continued, because I feel like that one's probably gonna be longer. Wow, so this is the cargo hold, huh? It's so big! This plane is a special model. It's not just an Airbus A380. And it's both a super large cargo hold and ultra luxury ultra first class seating. This is the real scene of the murder. There's certainly a high probability of that, which is why we're here, correct? Okay, let's get investigating, sir. Okay, let's go to the suit. I'm gonna try the suitcases first. There is visibly one missing. Holy suitcase, Mr. Edgeworth! It's like an all-you-can-use suitcase fair. These must be all left over. All the leftover ones they couldn't sell. The ones the company is planning to dispose of after this flight is over. This paint job is really cool, don't you think? It practically screams artsy. This is something Larry would make. Larry, we found another girl for you. Oh, why not purchase one then? I'm sure it will bring you much happiness. You think so? Then maybe I will. Let's see here. $1,200! I think I'll pass. And Miss Tenito wonders why they don't sell. You need 2 jobs just to buy one. Although, it definitely looks like one is missing. What is this brittle substance I'm stepping on? I have no idea what that could be, so I'm just gonna keep clicking. Oh, glass, never mind. Bunch of glass fragments. From the thingy. The display cabinet. Yes. That's what those names are. Bed sheets. Okay. Keeping track of this many pieces of cargo must be very taxing on the cargo crew. This sure brings back memories when I worked as a part-time mover, sir. When I look in his eyes, he's waiting for me to ask about the rest of the story. No matter how he pours on the puppy eyes, I have no intention of doing so. Can I can't do any of the ones over here. Okay. From Virginia to the USA? And grape juice. I don't want to talk to you right now, Francisco. Tasty winery. But it's still grape juice. All sorts of boxes are piled up here. This one reads flammable, and this one it says pharmaceuticals. This one says for exorcism use only. Just what kind of operation is this airline running? We're gonna exercise you, Gumshoe, right now. Come on, go. We're freeing you. Is the elevator? Oh, I just love pushing the buttons on elevator and crosswalk signals. Oh, God. Here, you should give it a try, sir. Go on, push it. No. The elevator is currently stopped on the first floor, Detective. It can't move. Oh, yeah. I guess nothing would happen if you pushed it now. Well, nothing would happen normally anyway without the special key card. Both the door to the attendance room and the elevator's control panels require a key card, which makes it impossible for a passenger to come down here. They could have not even needed the key card. They could have dragged the suitcase past here. Check there was no one in the flight attendant's room. Check that. Check the other room. Check we're passed out, and then do it that way. Hey, what's with the suitcase, pal? It's what the victim checked in, sir. So the suitcase belonged to Mr. Hicks. Think you'd mind if we took a closer look? There's nothing out of the ordinary in here, sir. Wait, a file? There's a photo of Miss Von Karma in it, sir. Oh. I see. I see. Looks like a profile on Francisco. That, you know, that makes more sense. Why would Mr. Hicks have had a file on her? Now it's my evidence. Can I logic right now? Oh wait, the broken glasses and the glass shards. The glass shards come from the broken glasses, not from the display cabinet. I am so smart. God, I'm so smart. I think we can safely conclude that these fragments are from a pair of glasses. And the victim was wearing a pair of broken glasses. Exactly what I was thinking. I'm sure that the shards would match up perfectly with the remnants of his glasses' lenses. Ergo, the victim was here, just as I suspected. So you're saying that the real scene of the crime was here, sir? Isn't that what I've been saying for a while now? Oh, is it? I didn't know that. Perhaps it's a bit early to draw that conclusion. However, I believe that the probability has just skyrocketed considerably. All that's left is to find the murder weapon. No, I don't have that yet. I'll talk to the people. Have you noticed anything strange happening around here? No, sir. I haven't noticed a thing. I'm not sure how he meant to sound so oblivious. Here about Francisca. You arrived at the scene of the crime before Detective Gumshoe, correct? And then you immediately began to direct the investigation. So they have some connection, that's where it's because of the files. It seems to me they're already here in the airport for something besides the murder. Yes, I was. Okay, Francisco, why were you at the airport? I had been following a very large and involved governmental level international crime. but it's much too large for one person to take on alone. So it was decided that I should form a joint investigation with Interpol. Let's get to this airport. It's an Interpol. Laya is... She came to the airport as a part of Interpol, which... she is, correct? I want to say that's established in 2 or 3 that she's a part of Interpol? Or is that maybe something that's only revealed here that I just got spoiled on by, like, Twitter feeds, and my brain just decided it's in the main series games? That's also a very valid thing that could have happened. Interpol is involved. It's a top secret operation, so I really can't tell you any more than I already have. Okay, well then why does this man have a file on you? Where did that evidence just go? Oh. Yeah, I can just do that. And then I can get the evidence to throw in her face. No, would Mr. Hicks have documents profiling Franziska? I know. I bet he's a big fan of Miss Von Karma, sir. Franziska said he had come to this airport as a part of an Interpol investigation. Oh, maybe Mr. Hicks had heard she was coming here and he followed her. I really hope my little sister does not have a stalker like that. Gumshoe. And if she does, maybe I'm okay with the fact he was murdered. Detective, I think it's more likely that Mr. Hicks was in actuality Interpol agent Hicks. I think Franziska has some explaining to do, and we're gonna ask her right now. Oh, I didn't get anything in my evidence from that. Oh, I got this, though. You came to this airport to rendezvous with the victim, didn't you? Nonsense. What are you talking about? We found a profile detailing information about you and the victim's luggage. I suppose it was prepared for him so they could recognize you when he landed. Which makes him not Mr. Hicks, but rather Interpol agent Hicks. Isn't that correct? I should have known you'd figure that out, Miles. But it looks like they got to him first. She really did come here to receive an Interpol agent, then. Is that, like, the only time someone calls Edgeworth by his first name? It would make sense for it to be Franziska, but... because I don't even think Von Karma calls him Miles. Evidence as a weapon. Evidence? You know, sometimes evidence is a weapon. If you get murdered for evidence, then it's kind of... I guess it's not a weapon. I guess it's the murder reason, but, you know. Yes. Agent Hicks was on the trail of a very large international smuggling ring. He went undercover to investigate this crime. It was I who put him on this case. I was supposed to receive a call from him on his cell phone once he had landed. I never expected to receive a call about his murder instead. I think we now have pretty definitive evidence that Agent Hicks came down here to the cargo hold. But what was he doing down here, sir? There's nothing but luggage. Oh, I get it. Maybe he forgot something in his suitcase and came down to get it, or he was smuggling. Not smuggling. He was investigating smuggling. Ow. Agent Hicks came down here for a work-related reason. Of that, I'm sure. Yes, I'm sure he was here to investigate the smuggling operation he was observing. Franziska, do you know exactly how he intended to pursue his investigation? No, unfortunately I was going to find out from him after he landed. I see. This raises another question. He's not the kind that lets people get close enough for first name basis. No, he's not. I guess maybe there's... I don't know, I want to say the only scene I have seen of Edgeworth and Wright from Apollo... No. The only scene I've seen from Apollo Justice of right in Edgeworth that involves talking, they are in a courtroom. So they're gonna call each other by their last names in a courtroom, even if they wouldn't do that normally. The other scene I saw was the wedding. A normal passenger can't access the cargo hold on their own. Agent Hicks must have identified himself to a member of the crew and entered the cargo hold with that person who let him in. I was doing the right voice, totally. Yes, and then he was murdered here. These glass fragments of his broken glasses are testament to that. And then the killer put Agent Hicks into one of the spare suitcases and they entered the elevator, but when they were running it up, the plane had that patch of turbulence. So they didn't zip the suitcase shut, they were just holding it shut. It's kind of a shitty idea. Because of the intense shaking, the suitcase popped open and Agent Hicks' body flew out. Did they really not just... Is the zipper that shit? That's a really expensive suitcase for the zipper to be shit. At the same time, his wallet fell out of his pocket, spilling its contents everywhere. Which explains why there's money scattered all over the elevator floor. Yippee! I think it's pretty easy to say who the culprit is at this stage. What? Really, sir? I know what you're thinking, Miles Edgeworth. But the killer can be none other than Miss Rhoda Tenido. If it was a crew member, any one of them could have shown Agent Hicks to the cargo hold. Maybe it was too big for it to even zip. Yeah, that could have been it too. But they were hiding his body in there, so if it didn't zip, that'd be kind of a giveaway if they ran across someone. But the point to keep in mind is the key card that allows the elevator to come down here. The only person with such high level access is Miss Rhoda Tenido. I'd say that's a pretty decisive piece of information, wouldn't you? I know what she's trying to say, but I'm not certain it's as simple as that. It can't... It has to... come down here. But it was stolen. Why would such an important thing like the keycard be entrusted to only one person? According to Camille Millet, Rhoda Tenido is in charge of most of the important stuff. And what exactly is Mrs. Millet in charge of? Chatting it up with that foolish captain, apparently. Yeah, that we can agree on. She's being so foolishly foolish that I didn't want to ask her what her other duties were. Ah, yes, you foolishly foolish fool who does foolishly foolish things with other fools. Wow, what did we get hit for? I understand how you feel, but whipping me just now wasn't uncalled for. In the end, the only one who could have let Agent Hicks into the fold was Rhoda Tenido. Decisive? Do you really think it's that strong? There is no room for doubt. All of the other evidence point to her as well. No snappy comeback? That's as it should be. There's not a single flaw in Francisco's reasoning. However, there must be something I can work with that I can draw out of her. What about the captain? That might be true, but then it could be anyone, including Miss Millet or even the captain. Or the first officer! Don't be a fool. A plane without a pilot in the cockpit is like... Francisco, there's more than one pilot in the cockpit on a commercial plane. You know that, right? Francisco, you are aware of that, right? Everyone in this universe is aware of that, right? Again, where is the first officer? This is quite a long plane ride. Where are the relief pilots? A horse without a rider, crop in hand, much like Scruffy over there. I can't disagree with her on that. Detective Gumshoe does always need a guiding hand. Very well, then what about the other flight attendant, Miss Millet? Huh, I thought you might ask about her. I can't tell if I press no. That's highly likely the key card was stolen from Mrs. Teneiro. Objection! It's highly likely. Is that the possibility the best you can come up with? Obviously, the pilot can stay awake for 30 hours without blinking. The pilot can stay awake for 30 hours without any governmental organization saying, what the fuck, no, you can't. Because it's not even they fall, it's the reaction time. Pilots have to have really good reaction times to do things and, you know, not crash the plane. It's not even necessarily one of those where it's like, oh, if something goes wrong, it's always like, if you're really sleepy and you have something go wrong, your reaction time goes down. And that bad shit becomes worse shit, and I'm not gonna give examples. And you call yourself a disciple of my father? Yeah, well, I don't have any evidence. Be quiet. You're a disgrace. There's more evidence pointing to Miss Rhoda Teneiro, you know. It's not just a key card that gives her away. Are you talking about the murder weapon, Captain Ugo piggy bank? Yes. She's also the only person with a key to open that display case. Hold it. That's fake. Stop right there, Miles Edgeworth. You don't have any proof that this is just a red herring. If you keep on insisting that it's fake, then what is the real murder weapon and where did it go? Speechless, I see. That's not a surprise. After all, you know we searched the entire cargo hold and came up empty-handed. What if it was a life vest? There must be a way. There must be something that can help me rule out the piggy bank as a murder weapon. What could be examined further to help us ascertain the crime scene, probably? We haven't really looked at this as the crime scene. Oh, I think we should examine the crime scene in more detail. We might turn up the murder weapon if we search all the cargo and luggage. Do you think I haven't thought of that? Even now, we're searching through them. We haven't found anything even closely resembles a murder weapon. Alright then. Okay. Let's examine something else. Oh, I didn't mean to click the piggy bank. The bank itself to determine the real murder weapon. The real murder weapon, it should be damaged or perhaps have a dent in it somewhere. We've looked into that already and there's no sign of anything on it. We can't discount it as a murder weapon on that one fact alone. The piggy bank, after all, is made of a stronger material than human flesh. About bones. Okay, let's click it the right amount of times so we click the body and not the piggy bank again. Francisca, I think you're too quick to jump onto your conclusions. Oh, was I? Yes, we don't even have the autopsy results yet, much less an updated autopsy report, because fun fact, we just got the autopsy results, and 2 minutes later, they're outdated. How can I not say that you made a snap judgment when you've yet to even see a single autopsy report, much less the 50 million autopsy reports I have in my briefcase? The wound on Agent Hicks' head is consistent with the murder weapon. Scruffy? Yes, sir. Contact a medical examiner's office at once. I wish to hear the result of Agent Hicks' autopsy. Yes, sir. We've got a big problem, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. And I'm gonna drink water while Gumshoe explains to us the problem. I'm gonna have to read that out loud. This water doesn't taste very good. What is it, detective? They're still doing the autopsy, but they said they already know this one thing for sure. Report now. The doc said it's one giant bruise from a beating on his shoulder down to his mid-back. From the victim's shoulder to his mid-back. He was beaten over such a wide area. Well, I'd say maybe it's a sign the killer had a grudge against Agent Hicks. Wasn't just his head. The killer went all out and hit him multiple times, sir. So the killing blow was from the back of the head, but there's bruising from the head to the mid. Oh, that's a large area. Scruffy, what's this had a grudge against Agent Hicks supposed to mean? Well, that's, Was the wound on the victim's head consistent with the murder weapon, detective? Oh, well, they said they were still looking into that, sir. You're completely useless. Ah, time to get whipped. Sir, I told you already, you can't go down there. No, you remove yourself from my way. What's all that racket? I think I know who that was, but I'm not gonna make assumptions. My luggage and my cargo, they're mine. I demand you return them to me. We're still investigating the cargo hold. Please understand and have a little patience. I suppose there's no choice. Finally, I think he gave. Hey, what are you? You've left me no choice but use strong force. You won't get past me. Oh. He fell. This is it. Wait, that's it. So that's the whole thing has been about. So the murder victim fell? So was it... So he was pushed? Furthermore, there's a matter of the key card to display case that held the murderous bank. After all, you know, if we searched the entire cargo hold and came up empty-handed. Doc said it's one giant bruise from a beating from his shoulder down to his mid-back. We're getting all the logic right now as this guy just falls. Can I save right now? No, damn it. Weapon couldn't be found. The cause of death? Is that... No. Not exactly a shining example. The perfect line of logic. No. This maybe? Yippee! Allegedly, the killer struck the victims many times over, which is why there is extensive bruising over such a wide area. But is that really the correct conclusion to draw from the evidence? The bruise from his shoulder, smell of his back in one continuous mark, which is more suggestive of a single blow to the back. If that's the case, then the piggy bank is much too small to have caused that. Therefore, the murder weapon must be something large bigger. Fuck. Must be something much bigger. Connect. Yippee! We're looking through a rather large weapon. You'd think it would stick out. But so far, we haven't found anything that resembles a weapon of any sort. Much, you know? Sometimes, if there's one thing, I love visual novels, and I love visual novel games that sometimes are more than just a PowerPoint presentation. But the great thing about playing them on stream is that I have to read them aloud instead of my own head. And sometimes my head will read them absolutely correctly, and then out loud my body goes, oh. Okay. So far, we haven't found anything that resembles a weapon of any sort. Perhaps, just perhaps, it's something we all overlooked from the very beginning. Because normally it's too impossibly big to be taken into consideration. What was that all about? Was he trying to jump his way down here? Francisca? What do you want? I found it, Francisca. I found the real murder weapon. You did? He really jumped. We didn't realize it until now, but the answer has been right in front of us this whole time. He might be hurt. We should go check up on him, sirs. No. No, we won't. There's that pompous attitude of yours again. Should learn to drop that habit. That's rich coming from you, bitch. It's coming from a prosecutor with the habit of whipping everyone she comes across. Exactly my point. Anyway, if you really are a prosecutor, then you'll back yourself up with evidence. You two aren't listening at all, are you? No. Come on then, show me the real murder weapon you speak of, and I'm gonna save the game really quickly. Shut the fuck up, Francisca. Okay. Whee! Tell me this real murder weapon you speak of. What is in my evidence? The suitcasers? I don't have evidence, but I don't think that's what I should... I'm just gonna select saying I don't have evidence and see what happens. I don't have any evidence to show you. Foolish reasoning for a foolishly fool from a foolishly foolish fool meant to fool me. You fucking fool. You foolishly foolish fool from a foolishly foolish fool meant to fool me. I bet you're also fucking another fool. What do you mean I don't have any evidence to show? Perhaps I should have phrased it as that which caused Agent Hick's death is incorporeal. That's a word. Forgive me, but I do believe I have figured out what the real cause of death. The freefall. The victim fell from a great height and subsequently died as a result. In other words, the real cause of death is free-falling to the ground. Free-falling. He's free-falling. I don't know the rest of the song. Fell to his death? Yes, there's an only plausible possibility. The victim has extensive bruising on the back of his head and his back. And the only rational explanation for these injuries is that he fell to his death. But the murder happened inside this plane. I know. Are you claiming that there is some place in this plane from which he could have fallen from? As I said earlier, the answer has been right in front of us the entire time. You can't mean... Yes, I do. The victim fell from the top of the stairs of this very cargo hold. What? Then... We're in trouble. We may have a second death on our hands, sirs. And everyone's just been ignoring him. Hey, you! Tell me you aren't dead, pal! Quiet. Why are you screaming? He's alive! And there you have it, Miles Edgeworth. It's not possible that Agent Hicks fell over the railing to his death. I mean, he could have just been really unlucky. You know, it could be... This guy's just really unlucky. I mean, this guy's really lucky. That man is living proof of that. I suppose it's true that's not possible, given the current circumstances. The current circumstances? What is that supposed to mean? Suppose that large piece of cargo wasn't there at the time. What would have happened then? He would have been a Barginian pancake for sure, sir. I suppose that man over there wouldn't still be breathing. But the reality is that the cargo box is there. So there's no point in entertaining your wild, hypothetical scenarios. It may be there now, but there's no proof it was always there. As if there could be a window of time when the giant box was not there. Yes, there was. I'm about to throw evidence at you really quickly. But there was. See, pull my fucking evidence. What? What can I use to show her that it's possible the box was not always there, as it is now? Where's the thing that shows the refueling? There we go. Take that. You refueled in the Republic of Zanfa. Yes, this flight had a short layover in Zenfa in order to refuel. But that wasn't the only reason for the layover. We also transferred some cargo. What if the box in question was only transferred onto the plane at that time? To further prove my point, let's take a look at what's next to the box in question. It's labeled Zenfa Express. Correct, meaning it was loaded onto the plane in Zenfa. I'm doing the right organizer. Now, what the box in question was also loaded on at the same time. It would mean that the box was not here in the cargo hold during the Europe Zenfa leg of this flight, making a clear drop down from which Agent Hicks would have fallen to his death entirely possible. But your theory is still very far-fetched. Allow me a chance to prove how very likely my scenario is. My first order of business will be to examine that piece of cargo in more detail. Begin an investigation again. Wow. I can't believe we're doing this thing called investigating in the game. Ace Attorney Investigations. It's a rather large piece of cargo. There's a tag on it, sir. Let's see. Aleph Red Statue. Never heard of it. Nor I. All I care about is if we can prove it wasn't here at the time of the crime. Let's get investigating, sir. I can read that. Look here, do not go about touching my possessions without my permission. Don't rush up on me like that, pal. So this belongs to Mr. LeBlanc, does it? Should see what else I can find out from him. Okay, what can you tell us so I don't have to touch your cargo and no lying? I take it this large piece of cargo belongs to you, Mr. LeBlanc? Of course it's mine. I shipped this fine piece of art from Europe. That red statue is worth 4 million cents. No, maybe much, much more. 10 million, sorry, 4 million cents. 10 million cents. 10 million cents is not very much. Mr. LeBlanc's reasoning for choosing this plane must have been the large cargo hold. 10 million cents! I would suggest you stop trying to calculate how many packets of noodles that makes, Detective. Darn, how did you do that? I feel like you keep getting better and better and seeing right through me every year. No, I grow with each revolution of the planet around the sun. I have the distinct impression he continues to madly spin in one place. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, so 10 million cents. Is that in euros or dollars? Does it really make a difference in our case? Mr. LeBlanc, there's a chance your cargo is related to our murder case. I was wondering if you would allow us to examine it a bit closer. It's a very valuable piece of art, so no, there will be no touching. What could I present to him? This maybe? Why'd you show me something of no value? Show me the bread. Pay him before I'll comment on this. What about this here? Keeping track of this many pieces of cargo must be very taxing on the cargo crew. This sure brings back oh, it's the exact same thing as before. I'm not reading all that again. Is this gonna be the same? So Mr. Higgs was actually an Interpol agent. That's so cool! I can't believe it's from Interpol! The adventure, the glamour! And the miraculous big escape when you get caught by the enemy. Except in this case, there was no big escape. No miracle. The miracle had... What was it? The miracle never happened. The miracle never happened. The miracle never happened. All sort of boxes are piled up here. This one says flammable, and this one it says pharmaceuticals. This one says for exorcism use only. This one is the exact same thing I read before. Okay. What can I talk to Francisca about? If I may have a word with you, Francisca? I don't think you have the time for idle chatter. You still need to prove to me that your hypothetical situation is in fact reality. Fine, what about my logic? The art was smuggled? If Mr. LeBlanc has something to do with the smuggling ring, then that's why the art is not there. Then it's possible this fake statue was bought on board in Dunfa. Wait, where did we get that it was a fake statue? I think I need to question him a bit further. Where did we get that it was a fake statue from? Where was it being a fake? Where did that come? I didn't mean to click that. Where did that come from? About your statue, Mr. LeBlanc. I wonder if it might be a fake. What? How dare you say my art is fake? I suspect your statue might be the target of an international smuggling ring. Don't say such fantastical things. Those thieves would not dare. I have the certification of my cargo right here. Do you mean the cargo certification document? Mr. Zinc LeBlanc, why didn't you say so earlier? Please show it to us at once. Go-Yo Airlines, Airway Bill. I can't read this. What does it say? It says plain as day, the cargo was put on the plane in Europe. There you have it, Miles Edgeworth. Too bad for you. The statue was brought on board in Europe, just as it states in the certificate. We can't read the certificate, so can we verify that? That's why... We're really... I can't read it, and the person that we think is suspicious is saying it says this, so I guess it says this. Are we being for real right now? Does the cat agree? Do you agree? Pokeball? You are a cute little man who is currently having a slow blink competition with me. Like, for example, like, notaries are not supposed to notarize something that they can't understand, like, by themselves. It cannot be, like, the person that's signing the document telling them, oh, this says this. Like, the notary has to know that for other reasons. So I feel like this would be the same. No, that's... Which means there was never a window of time in which the statue wasn't sitting there. I respectfully disagree. We can't discount the theory until I see the statue for myself. Then you can have your wish. Look at it yourself and see I'm right. This is the one in the photo. This, I've seen it somewhere before. This is the leaf red. It gives off such a feeling of art. I can practically smell it. The statue has a high amount of historic value. Why is it called the red, though? There's no red on it. After it was unveiled at an art museum in Europe, I brought it to this country to exhibit it. Leaf red statue. I believe a closer look is warranted here. Why is it called the red? So this is the infamous leaf red statue, huh? What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? Did you find something? It's not red. There's something wrong with this picture. We should examine it in more detail. Is it what's up here? Leaf red statue. I'm gonna call it sparkling detective, maybe more along the lines of duly shining. This maybe? You spot someone connected to the evidence I hold? This one? Oh shit. No, 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 it's the eyeballs. It's the eyeballs. It's the eyeballs. Yes, it's the eyeballs. The eyeballs. There's a reason. The eyeballs on here are red. On here. Oh, I had to hear that word. I had to hear that word. These eyes are awfully orange, don't you think?
Yeah, I'm pretty. They remind me of sunsets when I was in grade school, sir.
What happened to sunsets now, Gumshoe? I don't think I see what you're talking about.
No, I do. That's like the color of the sun when it's setting, sir. Ah, the memories. Remember standing out in that field, spinning with my arms out until I felt ill.
I don't care about sunsets, Detective. What color are the eyes in this photo? They're red. They're so clearly red that I didn't even have to look at it normally.
Huh? Sir, they're red.
As I thought, this statue was a fake. Mr. LeBlanc? What do you want? You not know I'm a busy man? I'll allow you 2 seconds for your answer. The leaf red. I suppose this is your pride and joy, is it not? It's the biggest trophy on this European trip. Do you know why I wanted to repossess this statue? The trigger started 17 years ago.
Better grab a chair, sir. Sounds like this is gonna be a long story.
Mr. LeBlanc, I regret to inform you, and you have my heartfelt sympathy, but... What is that? Sympathy for what? You'll see, I'd like you to compare the eyes. That large fellow has very bright and pretty eyes compared to you. I wasn't talking about the two of us. I meant the eyes of the statue in front of us and the one in this photo. Why the son yelling? Now that... Oh. There's a photo of the statue on display at the art museum in Europe. No! Now do you see, Mr. LeBlanc? The statue before us is a fake.
A fake?
That's the wrong voice. I need water. Why does my water slightly taste like carrots? I believe that even further examination will be required, now that we have confirmed this is indeed a fake. We need some sort of proof this was brought on board in Zenfa. And I'll present you the evidence to resolve this remaining contradiction. The spots up here? Maybe? About someone connected to any of the evidence I hold? About this one? Well, we can't read any of that, so it doesn't matter. Suitcase receipt. The autopsy report that's gonna get updated very shortly. Don't worry about that. The testimony. The fact that the evidence isn't in the order that we received it is really pissing me off. I don't think it can be the photo again. That doesn't make sense. Right? Yes, Doodle. Yes, Doodle. What do you have to say? It has to be this one, but I don't know. Maybe I'm selecting the wrong spot. I'm not entirely confident that there is a contradiction here. Oh god, lovely, great, lovely. Oh god, I don't even want to, like, click on this anymore and deal with that. What do you think, Detective?
Ah, I think it's really suspicious looking, sir. My well-trained gut tells me so.
I see. Well, I must be mistaken.
Now come here. Now how come when I answer confidently you take that to mean we're off course, sir?
Oh, wait, I can do this. I didn't realize that. Oh. What's this? Statue looks like...
Stabbing all over its neighbor's cloth cover.
So... If anything, it had to have been moved there after that cargo was put there.
Kinda resembles the owner's attitude in a sense.
You, what did you say just now? Further, my clothing's hem is not being stepped on by anyone. It's too expensive for me to allow that to happen. Please forgive the trespasses of my subordinate. Why should I forgive if the dress passes? Unless it is an expensive dress, you keep it. Not someone connected? The fact that this was probably put on after, right? Or it had to have been moved there. There's clearly a contradiction here. What are you going on about? It's just a simple case of a cargo cover getting stuck under another piece of cargo. Ah, that's not possible. But it is. It shouldn't be this way, but the statue's on top of the cloth. Supposing that the neighboring piece of cargo was brought on board in Zenfa. Therefore, there is no way any part of it would wind up under something from Europe, which means that this fake statue was smuggled on board in Zenfa. But then, what about the cargo certificate? Let me ask in return, what about Agent Hicks? Why did he come down here in the middle of the flight? There's only one reason why, to secure proof of smuggling activity aboard the flight. So you say, but I don't believe he had to do it mid-flight. We could have just as easily inspected all the cargo after the plane landed. That may be true, however you have it backwards, Francisca. Sure, Agent Hicks could have waited until after the plane had landed, but he had a reason for coming down to the cargo hold, because it wasn't loaded in Europe. Suppose he had found the fake at the airport. It would have been after the swap had occurred. At that time, the suspicion would naturally fall onto the statue's owner. But I have no way to prove that the statue was switched without his knowledge. Which means there is someone involved who is forging or modifying cargo certificates.
I guess the victim knew the real version of this was gonna get nabbed, huh?
Yes, while this photo could be seen as something more than a simple souvenir, it was in fact taken to be used as a reference document later on. Next, Agent Hicks had to secure proof that the smuggling had taken place. He came down here to take a photo of the cargo hold. And a rather empty one at that, right before the fake statue could be loaded on board. A photo of the hold missing a valuable piece of cargo would have been proof enough. After that, all he had to do was hold the Zenfa cargo crew and arrest the smuggler. Exactly. So only goes to prove my theory. The statue was not in the cargo hold during the Europe-Zenfa leg of the trip. There would have been enough height from which Agent Hicks could have fallen to his death. Officer, move this statue immediately. I want a thorough examination of the floor underneath, now. Miss Von Karma, I'm ready to report my findings. Go on. After removing the leaf red statue out of the way, we tested the area under it with luminol, and there was a reaction. Oh, that must not. Forgot. Luminol's the thing that where blood, yes. Yes, it's right in front of me right now. Yes, I see there was a reaction to luminol, an indication there was blood in the spot. Man, I love deducing that right when the game did.
Can we stop looking at it now, sirs?
It would seem that my deductions were correct after all. I suppose it would appear that way. Hope it cleaned the blood up well. And how do you think the killer did that? How'd the killer clean up with the blood? There's the, the cloth. I was gonna say something in the flight attendant's room, but I remembered the cloth existed. Killer used a bloody cloth and found inside the suitcase to clean up the mess. I see. They had a need to clean up all the blood before the plane landed in Zenfa. Yes, because likewise, the cargo crew would have discovered it during the layover.
So you guys are saying that the murder happened before the plane landed in Zenfa?
There's no other conceivable timeline for the events of the murder. So her timeline, the testimony is out the window. But if that's true, then it throws a certain person's testimony into doubt. Yep. If the murder occurred before we landed in Zenfa, then this becomes the highly suspect Miss Milei's testimony. We call Miss Millet's testimony about Agent Hicks in regard to when we departed Xenfa.
I saw Mr. Hicks sitting in a seat at 5 a.m., you know.
She claims Agent Hicks was alive at the time of the service calls, but...
That's totally contradicts the facts, sir.
But why would she lie about something like that? I think the only person who can answer that is Miss Millet herself. Yes, okay, I think I'm going... As much as part of me is like, I should just finish Turnabout Airlines here, I'm like, oh, I should probably wait and do it another time because my back hurts. And that's gonna be like another hour, and then I would stream. My back hurts. Yeah, my back hurts. We're ending the stream here, okay? Yeah, I think that's gonna be it for today, yeah. I'll maybe finish this on Saturday. Again, if you didn't see my announcement, it's really just going to depend on how the Wi-Fi is going to look at my new place. We'll see. Yakuten Live is going to be moved to tomorrow instead of Wednesday due to my move date. That was a little confusion. So, we'll be doing that on a different day. But, yeah. That's gonna be it for today. I'm gonna get something on my back, and maybe I'll get a better chair at my new place so I don't hurt my back, or just better posture. Or one of those, like, neck things you put around, because I get upper back pain. I don't get lower back pain, I get upper back pain. Okay, that's not the point. Thank you for joining us today on the Turnabout Airline, yes. That will be it for today's stream. Thank you again for joining. And I'm gonna go now and do something about my back. And do some packing, too. But do something about my back first. I also realized I didn't fix the music. So I don't know how this is gonna sound right now. But wait, 1 second. Back to title. Give me 1 second, everyone. Yes, I've saved it. God damn it, I've already saved it. Back to title, yes. Give me a minute. Oh no, that's on top. We don't want that. No, we don't. No, that's not. Oh no, I moved the wrong thing. Oh no. Oh no. Oh god. Okay, yeah. Yippee.